Have you ever been told you're too much, too intense, too honest, too bold, just too everything? Let me tell you something. That's not a weakness. That's your power. When you walk into a room, people feel you before they even see you. It's not just your light that turns heads. It's the depth, the strength, the unshakable energy you carry. They sense it, and honestly, it shakes them. You're not just here to blend in. You're here to lead, to challenge, to inspire. You are a force of nature, and the world can't help but take notice. You have shattered illusions and torn through layers of deceit with precision and strength. Your ability to confront what others avoid, to see through pretense and expose hidden truths, sets you apart as a force to be reckoned with. The qualities often dismissed as harsh, your unwavering clarity, your immovable boundaries, are not flaws, but the tools that empower you to stand firm in a world that tests your resolve. These are your weapons against those who seek to undermine your purpose, diminish your worth, or drain your energy. They are the fire that purifies, the edge that protects you from those who would exploit or betray you. When others retreat from conflict, you step forward, fearless in facing dishonesty, disloyalty, and the cowardice that hides in the shadows. You are unapologetically unyielding, and that is your greatest strength. The strength within you is not just light, it is the transformative power born from your willingness to confront what others fear. It drives you to explore the uncharted depths of your soul, to face your inner battles head-on, and to rise with an unshakable sense of purpose. These struggles do not weaken you. They fortify your resolve, sharpening your spirit into an unbreakable force. When directed outward, this energy becomes a catalyst for change in others, holding up a mirror that reflects the truths they've long denied. It forces them to acknowledge their fears, their weaknesses, and the illusions they cling to. Your presence becomes a necessary storm, breaking apart their stagnation and compelling growth. In shattering their comfort, you ignite the spark of transformation, a process that challenges them to evolve and rise stronger than before. Your presence commands a swift reckoning, an undeniable force that accelerates the natural balance of karma into motion. When someone acts against you, whether out of envy, greed, or malice, they unknowingly unleash a cascade of consequences that intensifies with astonishing speed. For a fleeting moment, they might revel in the illusion of victory, convinced they've gained the upper hand. Yet, as time unfurls, the repercussions of their actions reveal themselves with unrelenting precision. Opportunities they once relied upon vanish without warning. Their carefully constructed plans unravel before their eyes, and the trust they took for granted begins to crumble. Those they considered allies grow distant, their intuition alerting them to the betrayal that lingers beneath the surface. Left in solitude, they are forced to confront the weight of their choices, surrounded by the wreckage of what they once thought was secure. This isn't revenge, it's the unyielding restoration of balance, triggered by their own actions. Your resilience creates a barrier so impenetrable that attempts to drain your energy are not just futile, they backfire with devastating precision. When someone seeks to leech from your strength, hoping to thrive off your vitality, they encounter an impenetrable force they cannot comprehend. Your energy isn't a resource to be tapped into. It's a self-sustaining fortress, impervious to their manipulations. Instead of weakening you, their efforts ricochet, leaving them stripped of their own power. Imagine someone skilled in deceit, crafting a scheme to manipulate you for their gain. They approach, veiling their intentions with fake concern or camaraderie, believing you're an easy target. But as they move closer, they're met with an unexpected resistance. Their carefully laid plans unravel as they feel their strength slipping away. Their confidence, once unwavering, gives way to fatigue. Their sharp words falter, and confusion clouds their actions. The more they try to penetrate your defenses, the more disoriented they become. Their facade begins to crack. The charm they relied on dissolves into desperation. They realize too late that their actions have turned against them. Exhaustion sets in, deeper than they've ever known, while you remain unaffected, calm, steady, and untouchable. What they see in you reflects their own emptiness, forcing them to confront the void they've tried to hide. Left to grapple with the fallout, their world starts to crumble. Sleepless nights torment them with reminders of their misdeeds. Financial stability slips through their fingers, and misfortunes compound relentlessly. They are forced to confront a harsh truth. Crossing you was a mistake with far-reaching consequences. The scales have not just been balanced, they've been reset, leaving them to rebuild from the wreckage. Meanwhile, you stand unscathed, a symbol of unyielding strength and proof that you are untouchable by those who seek to exploit you. Don't miss out. Subscribe now, and let's build something amazing together. Your presence has a way of uncovering truths others wish to keep hidden, serving as an unrelenting mirror that reflects what lies beneath their surface. When someone challenges you, their confrontation does not meet resistance alone. It unveils their own unresolved struggles. Your calm strength forces them to face the insecurities and fears they've long avoided, turning their focus inward in a way they never anticipated. You don't reveal their flaws directly. Instead, they see them clearly reflected in the stark contrast of your unwavering composure. Picture someone filled with resentment, stepping forward with cutting remarks designed to unseat your confidence. They approach with sharp words and veiled hostility, believing they can undermine your steadiness. But as they try to shake you, the energy shifts. Their own anger begins to echo back at them, growing louder with each word. Their facade cracks under the weight of the emotions they've projected, revealing the chaos they've carried within. Their voice wavers, their aggression falters, and what was meant to diminish you begins to erode their own sense of stability. The confrontation spirals into something unexpected, an unplanned reckoning. The confidence they carried into the room dissipates, replaced by the discomfort of seeing their own unresolved pain mirrored in your silence. They attempt to shift the narrative to regain control, but the truth they've been avoiding is now undeniable. Every accusation, every insult becomes a reflection of their internal conflict, amplified by the clarity of your presence. As they retreat, disoriented and shaken, they carry the weight of their own exposed vulnerabilities. Their attempt to weaken you has only deepened their own cracks. You remain composed, untouched by their efforts, a reflection not of their actions, but of the truths they sought to hide. The battle they thought they waged against you reveals itself to be a confrontation with the parts of themselves they can no longer escape. For there is nothing hidden that will not be disclosed, and nothing concealed that will not be known or brought out into the open. Luke 8:17. Picture this: a storm rolling over calm waters, its force undeniable, its purpose unrelenting. That's what your presence is like, a divine tempest, sweeping through the spaces of deceit and illusion, leaving only truth in its wake. It's not just about seeing through the lies, it's about being the force that pulls the curtain back, compelling everything hidden to come into the light. This isn't a skill you developed, it's a gift you carry, a spiritual authority bestowed upon you. And when you step into the room, every hidden agenda feels the weight of your presence. Imagine someone with all the confidence in the world, thinking they've mastered the art of manipulation. They weave their web, layer upon layer of carefully chosen words, smiles that don't reach their eyes, and assurances meant to distract. They believe they're in control, but then you show up, steady, grounded, carrying that unmistakable power. You don't need to say much at first. Your silence alone makes them uneasy. It's not hostility you exude, it's clarity. And that clarity makes them falter. In a high-stakes moment, you let them speak, letting their facade grow heavier with every word. Then, with one simple question, one deliberate, unshakable inquiry, you break through. Their confidence wavers, their story cracks. The air grows thick with tension as the room watches their carefully built house of cards begin to collapse. You aren't confrontational, you're undeniable. With each sentence, you expose the gaps in their narrative, not with aggression, but with precision. Their words lose momentum, their polished act falling apart as inconsistencies begin to surface. The power they thought they held shifts, leaving them scrambling for footing. Others in the room, once taken in by the show, now see the cracks clearly. It's not that you destroy them. No, that's not the intention. What happens is deeper, more profound. They face the weight of their own dishonesty. They feel the collapse of their illusions under the undeniable strength of your truth. They thought they could outmaneuver you, but they underestimated the force of someone walking in divine purpose. As they retreat, their plans unraveled, they're left with the consequences of their actions. But you remain steady. You were never there to fight them. You were there to restore balance, to ensure that truth stands unshaken. What they thought was a battle becomes their moment of reckoning, and all you've done is let your presence and purpose do the work. That's the power you carry, not the loud thunder, but the steady storm. You don't chase the truth. The truth rises around you. You don't seek to expose deceit. Deceit crumbles in your presence. And while others may feel unsettled or even afraid of that power, it's not yours to hide or diminish. It's your calling, your gift, your purpose. You are not just another voice in the crowd. You are the lighthouse cutting through the fog, the force that shifts the tide. And whether others understand it or not, whether they are ready for it or not, your presence commands respect, not because of what you do, but because of who you are. Join the journey. Subscribe now, and let's make greatness happen. So keep walking in that power. Keep standing firm. Let your presence be the storm that clears the air and reveals the truth. It's not just your calling, it's your divine assignment. The world doesn't need more illusions. It needs the kind of clarity only you can bring. Dear brothers and sisters, the peace of God be with you today. I am here to remind you of a profound truth. Our existence is grounded in God's divine plan, unshaken by the temporary concerns of the world. As the Bible says, whatever is done in faith will return to God in abundant blessing. Luke 6:38. Like that great oak tree, our roots are deeply rooted in God's universal truth. Every step we take, every stand we take, is secured by His strength. And now, you are being offered the opportunity to be part of that blessing. When you use the super thank you button and donate $100, this gesture will come back to you 100-fold in abundance. For nothing is hidden that will not be made manifest, nor is anything secret that will not be known and come to light. Luke 8:17. Picture a room dimly lit, shadows stretching into the corners, concealing what lies within. Then imagine someone walking in with a lantern, their light exposing every hidden detail, every crack in the walls that no one dared acknowledge before. That's your presence, a force that illuminates, disrupts, and transforms. When you step into a space, the energy shifts. The things people thought they could keep buried rise to the surface, unbidden and undeniable. It's not because you seek out these truths, it's because your energy refuses to allow them to stay hidden. At a gathering meant to be light-hearted, filled with polite smiles and surface-level conversations, your arrival causes an unspoken ripple through the atmosphere. Those who carry hidden grievances, unspoken tensions, or unresolved emotions suddenly feel exposed. It's as if the weight of their pretense becomes unbearable in your presence. A casual conversation with someone masking frustration spirals into something far more revealing. Their words falter, their calm demeanor cracking under the pressure of suppressed emotions. The room grows charged. What was meant to be a pleasant event transforms into a moment of reckoning. Long-buried resentments are unearthed, unspoken truths voiced for the first time in years. Conversations once cloaked in politeness erupt into raw, unfiltered honesty. People who have spent lifetimes avoiding confrontation now find themselves unable to hold back. Your presence is not an attack, it's an invitation to face the truth, to confront the things they've hidden not only from others, but from themselves. The shift is uncomfortable, even painful, but it's necessary. Like the light from that lantern, your energy reveals what needs to be seen so that healing can begin. You don't do this intentionally. You simply carry a force within you that demands authenticity. People cannot remain the same when they encounter you because your presence doesn't allow for illusions to persist. What they've spent years hiding becomes impossible to maintain, and while they may resist, they are ultimately compelled to confront and grow. This is your gift, not to destroy, but to reveal, not to harm, but to heal. Your ability to disrupt is a force for good, clearing space for truth and transformation. Walk boldly in this power, knowing that your presence is not just a light in the darkness, but the very catalyst that compels change, growth, and renewal. Let your light shine, and let those around you face the truth they can no longer ignore. As accusations fly, and the carefully curated harmony dissolves, you remain composed, unaffected by the turmoil. This chaos wasn't your doing. It was the inevitable consequence of your presence in an environment built on avoidance. The aftermath leaves the group shaken, their carefully maintained control now shattered. Some may blame you, but deep down, they understand that these truths were always there, waiting for the moment to emerge. When the storm subsides and the air clears, what remains is the undeniable impact of your energy. You've disrupted the status quo, forcing clarity into a space that thrived on illusion. Whether they wanted it or not, those who encountered you have been changed, their hidden realities brought into the light where they can no longer be ignored. This is just the beginning. Subscribe now and be part of something powerful. Your ability to sever toxic ties is a force unmatched in its clarity and decisiveness. When someone reveals their disloyalty or oversteps boundaries you hold sacred, the connection is severed without warning or hesitation. There is no slow unraveling or second chances, only the sharp and definitive end of their place in your life. The moment you recognize their actions for what they are, you draw the line, cutting through the toxicity with precision. leaving them to grapple with the void created by your absence. You've tolerated their subtle slights, endured their veiled criticisms disguised as concern, and brushed off the envy they masked as friendship. But one day, whether through a single moment of clarity or a culmination of their actions, you decide it's over. Without announcement or explanation, you remove them from your world completely. Their calls go unanswered, their messages unseen, and their presence erased from your life as though it was never there. They are left bewildered, replaying every interaction in search of where they faltered, only to realize the magnitude of their own betrayal. The impact is profound. They had taken your presence for granted, unaware of the strength and light you brought to their lives. Now, stripped of your energy, they are left hollow, confronted by the consequences of their actions. What once seemed like minor infractions now loom as insurmountable mistakes, the weight of their choices pressing heavily on their conscience. While they spiral into self-reflection and regret, you remain unaffected, walking away without a backward glance. The severing of ties is not born of spite, but necessity, a refusal to carry the weight of their toxicity any longer. Your ability to cut them off is not just an act of self-preservation. It is a statement of your strength and boundaries, a clear declaration that your peace will not be compromised. In the aftermath, you are lighter, freer, and stronger, while they are left to confront the stark reality of what they have lost. Your presence carries an unrelenting force that unveils the hidden vulnerabilities others work tirelessly to conceal. Like a beam piercing through the shadows, your energy illuminates the insecurities buried deep within, drawing them into the light with an inevitability that cannot be resisted. This isn't an intentional act, but the natural effect of your essence, a mirror held up to others, reflecting the truths they've avoided for so long. Those around you find their carefully constructed facades unraveling, leaving them exposed to their own suppressed fears and doubts. In what begins as a casual conversation, someone approaches you with a mask of confidence, attempting to project strength. The interaction seems harmless at first, but as words are exchanged, the balance shifts. A simple comment from you, unassuming in its intent, strikes a nerve they didn't realize was exposed. Their polished demeanor begins to falter, the cracks in their facade widening as tension fills the space. They become defensive, their voice unsteady, struggling to maintain the control they thought they had. The atmosphere transforms, no longer light and superficial. The exchange takes on a charged intensity, their insecurities laid bare for both of you to see. What they've spent years hiding now feels glaringly obvious, leaving them vulnerable and unguarded. After the encounter, they replay the moment endlessly, dissecting every detail and struggling to understand how you uncovered what they fought so hard to conceal. Your words echo in their mind, forcing them into deep self-reflection. For them, the experience is unsettling, a confrontation with the parts of themselves they've long ignored. For you, it's simply a moment that passes, leaving you unaware of the profound impact you've had. Your ability to reveal what's hidden isn't a deliberate act of exposure, but a reflection of your presence, a force that compels truth to rise to the surface. You are both a disruptor and a guide, shifting the dynamics of any space you enter. Those who encounter you are changed, their illusions shattered by the clarity you bring. This power is not a flaw, but a part of what makes you extraordinary. A catalyst for transformation, challenging those around you to face their truths and evolve. Whether they are ready or not, your influence demands authenticity, reshaping the world with every step you take. Feel what it truly means to be chosen. You're not alone on this journey. If deep down you feel that you're chosen, you've come to the right place. Take the next step in connecting with us, unlocking exclusive content, and receiving the support you need on your spiritual path by clicking the Join button. This isn't just about being part of a community, it's about accessing unique insights that can transform your life and bring you closer to your divine calling. Make the choice today and walk this journey with us. Claim your place among the chosen ones. Join now. Your presence carries a disruptive energy that shakes the foundations of those around you, compelling them to confront truths they've long ignored. You don't set out to create change, but your energy naturally challenges the illusions and complacency that people cling to. The transformation you inspire isn't always welcomed. It forces others to face what they've buried, unsettling their carefully constructed realities. They may resist, even resent you, but they cannot escape the shift you bring into their lives. Imagine a simple conversation with someone who has settled into a life of routine, avoiding deeper desires or untapped potential. As you speak, your words, filled with an authenticity they've neglected, stir something dormant within them. At first, they dismiss your insights, brushing off the discomfort. But over time, the seeds you've planted begin to grow, spreading through their thoughts and making them question the choices they've made. Days turn into weeks, and their once stable existence feels precarious. The cracks in their carefully maintained facade widen, exposing dissatisfaction and unmet aspirations. Resistance takes hold. They cling to their familiar patterns, trying to ignore the unease you've awakened. Frustration may lead them to blame you for the chaos they now feel, yet deep down, they know the truth. You've only illuminated what was already there. The transformation is painful, but necessary. The life they built begins to crumble, not as a punishment, but as an opportunity for renewal. They are forced to confront their fears, reevaluate their priorities, and imagine a life beyond the comfortable confines of the status quo. Though the process is tumultuous, it sets them on a path toward authenticity and fulfillment. You, however, move forward, often unaware of the profound changes you've initiated. Your ability to inspire this kind of transformation is not a burden, but a testament to your power, a force that compels growth and self-awareness, even when it's unwelcome. Those who cross your path are forever altered, their lives reshaped by the truth you bring to light. You are not just a presence, you are a catalyst. Your energy demands authenticity, challenging the lies others tell themselves and replacing them with undeniable clarity. This isn't something to fear or suppress. It's part of who you are, a powerful force that balances both light and shadow, creating space for evolution wherever you go. Whether others embrace it or resist it, the change you inspire is a reflection of your unparalleled strength. It's time to fully embrace the force within you, the side that disrupts, transforms, and reveals. Share the stories of how your presence has reshaped the lives of those around you, of how the power you wield has ignited change in ways both profound and unexpected. Your journey is not a solitary one. It is evidence of the transformative energy you carry, an energy that is as rooted in your shadow as it is in your light. Your ability to catalyze change, to unveil truths, and to shatter illusions is not a burden, but a gift, a testament to the impact you have on the world. Others may find your energy unsettling, yet it is precisely this intensity that compels growth and forces evolution. By owning this power, you are not merely accepting your influence, but celebrating the undeniable role you play in shaping the lives you touch. This is your moment to step forward, unapologetic in your duality. You are not just a source of illumination, but a storm that clears the path for renewal. Let your voice be the vessel through which your experiences ripple outward, inspiring those who encounter your story to face their own truths. By embracing every aspect of who you are, you show the world that transformation is not always gentle. It is often raw, necessary, and unrelenting. You are both a guide and a disruptor, a force that commands respect and demands authenticity. This power, though daunting, is your greatest strength. Step into it fully, knowing that your dark side is not an obstacle to overcome, but a vital part of the force that makes you extraordinary. Share boldly, inspire deeply, and continue to leave every room you enter forever changed.